Hey team, welcome to another Bullpen Bulletin with Coach Hart and Building Better Baseball. And in today's video, I'm giving you 3 tips to instantly improve your pitching success without actually throwing the ball. There's a lot of pitchers out there that think you actually have to throw the ball harder in order to have more success on the mound. And I'm here today to tell you that that's not true. And I'm going to give you 3 ways that you can be an instantly better pitcher without throwing the ball. So stay tuned. Remember, I'm Coach Hart, this is Building Better Baseball, and let's get into the 3 tips on how to instantly improve your pitching success. So the first thing I want to talk about today is the job of a pitcher. In order to think about the job of a pitcher, you first have to figure out the job of a hitter. What is hitting? Hitting is timing. Everything is about timing when you're hitting, right? You're timing your swing, you're trying to time the pitcher's pitch in order to swing at the right time to hit the ball, right? So going to pitching, what makes a pitcher? What is the job of a pitcher? Pitching is effectively disrupting the hitter's timing, using different strategies or different methods to disrupt the hitter's timing. You are trying to mess up the hitter's timing with different pitches, locations, different things like that, right? And these 3 tips play right into that definition. So I want you to think about that as I go through these 3 tips on the definition of pitching is effectively disrupting the hitter's timing. So let's get into it. So the first step I have is to use your spot on the rubber to your advantage when you're pitching the ball, right? So as you know, when you are on the rubber, you can stand on any part of the rubber, no matter if you're right-handed or left-handed, right? The only thing you have to worry about as a pitcher is that a little part of your cleat or a little part of your toe is in contact with the rubber on your delivery of the pitch. That's all you got to worry about. So you can stand all the way to the left, all the way to the right, and anywhere in between, right? But you can be a better pitcher and improve your success just by where you stand on the rubber. So think about it. If you are a right-handed pitcher and you stand all the way to the right side of the rubber, that's technically almost right in front of a right-handed hitter, right? And when you come up here like this and you're all the way on the right side of the rubber and you come through your motion, your arm slot and your arm is coming at an angle right here and your release point is here, and that ball, when it crosses the plate, it's almost coming at an angle rather than a ball that is straight to the hitter's strike zone, right? And the ball coming at an angle across the plate is a much harder ball to hit than a straight ball that you see in batting practice, right? So just by moving your spot on the rubber based on your arm slot and based on where you throw from can instantly improve your pitching success because it's the different way that the hitter sees the ball approaching the plate. And like I said, if you're a hitter, you would rather see a straight ball come in rather than a ball starting over here and coming across the plate that's almost moving away from you as you're trying to make contact. Same thing for a left-handed pitcher. If you stand all the way on the left side of the rubber and you come over here like this and you release here, that ball is coming at an angle almost across the plate into a right-handed hitter and away from a left-handed hitter, and that's a much harder ball to hit. So think about it from the other side too. If you are a right-handed pitcher and you stand all the way to the left side of the rubber, you must have a lot of run on your pitch. When you release the ball, your fastball, especially your 2-seam fastball, if it moves to your arm side a lot, that could be a great advantage if you stand to the left side of the rubber. Because when you release the ball, it's pretty much in the center of the strike zone, but as it's coming into the hitter, it's going to move away from a left-handed hitter and into a right-handed hitter's hands, right? So think about that. If you have a lot of movement on your fastball, think about moving to the left side of the rubber in order to take advantage of that movement. Same thing as a left-handed pitcher standing all the way to the right side of the rubber and getting a lot of movement on your 2-seam and movement into a left-handed hitter's hands or away from a right-handed hitter. So using your spot on the rubber is the first way that you can instantly improve your pitching success because it's the way that the ball crosses the plate at an angle rather in a straight line. So we're going to get into number 2, and number 2 is the timing of your delivery. So the whole entire game runs on your time. The play can't start until you pitch the ball, right? So if you come up here and you wait like this, 1, 2, 3, and then you pitch, the next time you could change it to 1 second, right? You come up here, 1, pitch, right? The next time, after that, you could change it to 6 seconds, right? You could come up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? That's what I'm talking about with the timing of your delivery. As I said, hitting is all about timing. And if you're a pitcher and you come up 1, 2, pitch, come up 1, 2, pitch, that is a very easy way to time your delivery and to time the pitch in order to get a hit. If you keep on changing that up and go 1 second, 4 seconds, 2, 7, right? Change up the timing of your delivery and when you pitch the ball. That is a great way to instantly mess up the hitter's timing. And you may not get a lot of strikeouts with it, but you will get a lot of mistimed swings, which result in a lot of weak ground balls or weak fly balls. So you won't have a lot of powerful hits because the hitter is off timing. They don't know when you're going to pitch the ball. So they're just sitting there and they're getting stiff and they don't know when to swing, right? That is a really simple way to mess up the hitter's timing, is just by changing up the timing of your delivery, right? 1, 2, go. And then 1, go. Same thing with the windup. If you go from the windup, you could go here like this, and then as soon as you pitch, you catch the ball and you get right back on the rubber, and then you go, and then you get right back on the rubber, and then you go. And then that third time, maybe you catch it and you turn your back and you come up here like this, you do a little stretch, anything like that, take a little bit more time, and then you set up. And you keep on changing that up, right? So you go quick, and then you maybe fix your hat a little bit, fix your jersey, and then you go. So if you take a little bit more time and you change the timing of your delivery of the pitch, that's a really simple way to mess up the hitter's timing, which ultimately will make you a more successful pitcher instantly, right? Because like I said, think back to the beginning. Pitching is effectively disrupting the hitter's timing. And you don't have to do that with just pitching and throwing the ball. You can use the timing of your delivery in order to mess up the hitter's timing. And that's a great strategy to use in order to be a more successful pitcher instantly. So we're going to move right into tip number three on how to instantly improve your pitching success without throwing the ball. And that is using different types of motions when you pitch the ball. And this kind of can work hand in hand with number 2 of the timing of your delivery. But what I mean in the different types of motions is, one good example is the stretch, right? You come up here, and when you come into the stretch, you do a big leg kick, right? And then you go and pitch the ball. And then the next pitch, you can go here and you do a little slide step, right? Just a little like this, boom, and then throw. And then the next time you come up, you can do a big leg kick, right? You pitch the ball. Maybe that fourth time, after the hitter has seen you a couple times, you come up here and then you hold it, 1, and then you pitch. Right? That is a great way. Using different types of motions is a great way to instantly improve your pitching success without throwing the ball, and that messes up the hitter's timing, right? And as I said, you can use this with number 2. If you go here like this, go 1 second, slide step, right? Go 1, 2, hold, 1, and then go, right? If you're a young player, like 8, 9, 10 years old, and you're really trying to work on your mechanics, I would not try these more sort of advanced little skills or tips, right? Because you're still working on your mechanics itself, the basic mechanics. If you're still trying to get here with the leg lift and go here and then throw, these tips you may have to wait on these tips in order to establish them, because you have to establish a foundation of basic mechanics first in order to add these tips on to your pitching motion, right? So that's the only thing I would think about with younger players, is that if they haven't established already the foundation of basic mechanics, I would probably wait on this and establish those first, and then you can use these strategies in order to become a better pitcher and more successful on the mound. So just as a recap today, number 1 tip is your spot on the rubber. Choose different spots on the rubber based on the way that you throw and the angle that you want the ball to cross the plate to the hitter. Tip number 2, the timing of your delivery, right? You can change up your timing, go in 1 second, and then wait for 4 seconds, and then wait for 2, and then 6. That messes up the hitter's timing. And one thing I didn't say is, if there's a man on base, they're sitting there and they're trying to time you to steal, right? Doing different timings of your motion, 1, 2, that has them just sitting there getting stiff on the base paths, right? So that's another way that you could impact the game by messing up the runners as well. And tip number 3 is the different types of motions, right? So you see, come up here, you hold it for 1, and then you go a little slide step, and different things like that. As long as you have a foundation of basic mechanics already established, you can try to add these things in to try and mess up the hitter's timing. Because as we said in the beginning, hitting is timing, and pitching is effectively disrupting that hitter's timing. That is the sign of a successful pitcher, and you can instantly improve your pitching success with these 3 tips. So I hope you enjoyed this new bullpen bulletin, and I hope you can go out onto the field and use them immediately and instantly improve your pitching success. Before you go, look down in the description. I have a couple free guides down there, free practice plan and everything like that. I have about 6 or 7 of them down there. I made them for you for free to help you out in your baseball journey. And like I said, I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you can use it out on the field this season. So again, I'm Coach Art. This is Building Better Baseball, the best place for baseball education, and I will see you in another video real soon.